Khaled.
Another one.
Welcome back, Panther Nation, to the Panther Nation show with Coach Selman and Coach Garnes, the show that connects you with TIS athletics. And Coach, all we do is win, win, win.
Yes, sir.
No matter what.
Absolutely.
So this week, Coach, we've had a lot of good success with our teams. Everybody's been busy again. We've had cross country has been running really well, preparing for the postseason. Middle school girls tennis, just our teams are busy right now, and they're in action. And so, this week, Coach, we are doing our team shout outs. And so, just in ordinary fashion, who we shouting out this week?
This week, Coach, we're going to shout out our upper school girls volleyball program who took second place down at the South Haven Invitational. The girls played hard, and they kind of been in a groove lately of just playing good and being competitive and winning. So second place is a huge accomplishment.
Very huge accomplishment for a young team.
Absolutely.
I mean, we got one senior who we're recognizing for senior night this week, and I got the trophy, Coach. Yeah. They brought back the hardware.
That's what it's about.
And this is what it's all about.
Just keep stacking up that trophy case.
Stacking up the trophy case, man. And, we also had our upper school girls were in action, too, at Heights this past week and played very well there. Some of the biggest 6A schools in the state.
Yeah,
Garden City, who they lost to in a tough match. Beat Junction City at that game and lost to Heights in a pretty tough match. Competitive games, and for our team to go out there and compete against some of the biggest schools in the state, they did an excellent job.
Absolutely.
Last week, Coach, I was out there and I had to coach.
You was back at it?
Well, I didn't have to coach this week. I'm always ready for it.
Okay.
But I had the line judge, Coach.
Oh, got you.
I'm at this, I'm there, I'm trying to watch the game, and they needed somebody. And so who do they come and get?
Who else?
Man. So I'm out there, I'm doing my thing with the flag, in and out, until one almost hit, was really close, controversial call. And I didn't do it right. And I got booed, heckled. Mr. Davis was up in the stands talking about me. And, I'm just trying to help out, Coach.
That's a tough job when you're into it and you're trying to be engaged into the game, but at the same time you got to pay attention and see where the ball marks. That's a tough position.
It is tough. A couple times the ref had to get my attention because I was spacing out and looking in the stands and trying to see who was heckling me, and she had to get my attention a couple times. But I was called to duty again, Coach, and then I was ready.
You got it done now?
Got it done.
Absolutely.
Coach, it's almost that time of the season. Tis the season.
Tis the season.
Which we coined last year as we made our run in the playoffs in the postseason. And it's really taking storm.
When you got a name like TIS, why not go ahead and incorporate that? Holiday season is one of the best times of the year, as well as making it to postseason. So ain't nobody better than TIS.
Man, so speaking of postseason, we got a couple of teams getting ready to enter that time of the year season. And so we have coming up this week, upper school girls tennis played in the league meet at Wichita State University. There's a lot of good teams there, a lot of good tennis players, Coach. And our girls went out there and competed hard. Our coaches coach hard like we do. And they're making their way, getting ready for that state tournament run.
That was another long all-day event for them, huh?
Yeah.
They had to get up pretty early for that one, but it's postseason, so you should be excited about it no matter what time you got to be there.
Yeah, I don't care if you're playing at 4:30 in the morning.
Exactly.
You got to be ready to go.
Absolutely.
So upper school girls tennis is also heading to regionals on Friday. Matter of fact, today. And they will be up in Conway Springs, and that is where it really gets started. That's where you got to play your best tennis of the year, so that way you get to go to that state tournament. And so our girls are preparing and getting ready and having a good week of practice. Cross country, who we've had on the show.
Amazing group.
Amazing group. They've been running and playing and going hard all year, Coach, and they're getting ready for their postseason run too. They are running in the Central Plains League meet coming up real soon up in Chaparral. And we want to wish our cross country team the best of luck out there. Coach Stahlbomber, she's used to the postseason, preparing those runners for that, and we want to give them our best of luck too. So upper school girls tennis,
good luck.
Cross country, go out there and represent TIS the way you know how to do it. Panther Nation is behind you.
'Tis the season.
Yeah, Coach, it's that time. It's that time to bring them on. If they ball, they get the call.
Hello?
This week we have another team we're bringing on. Last week the young fellas was great.
Yeah.
They came in, they brought the energy, they brought confidence.
That's ton of confidence.
I just see why that team is so good because it just shines on them, the confidence.
Absolutely.
And this group we're bringing on this week is no different. They are solid. They've played a lot. They've had a lot of meets, in the past weeks. Right. And they've done well enough to be on the show.
Absolutely.
So, Coach, who are we bringing on this week?
Coach, I'm excited, man. This week we'll bring on our middle school tennis program. This is a program who has gotten a shout out from us a few weeks now since we've been shooting. So it's only right that they get the phone call this week.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's go ahead and give them the call.
Hello?
Coach, we got an exceptional group with us today.
I can already tell.
Man, they are the future.
Absolutely.
We're excited about this group. We've shouted them out on the show several times, and they're here. They get the call today.
They got the call.
So let's meet our guests today, Coach.
So as we mentioned, today we have the middle school tennis program here with us, who's coached by Coach Sonny Dang. And I do want to mention that 8th grader Briley Blue is on the team as well and couldn't join us today. But today with us we have 8th grader Isa.
Hi.
7th grader Charlie.
Hi.
8th grader Charlotte.
Hi.
7th grader Lenny Kate.
Hi.
8th grader Kinsley. 7th grader Rourke.
Hi.
And 8th grader Stella.
Hi.
Coach, like I said, amazing group. I've been to some of the matches. I've seen them perform, and they just go out there and ball. And thus, they get the call today.
And then shout outs in the week previous. You don't get that many shout outs as well as the call without performance.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to hear from this group.
And these young ladies are the epitome of the TIS vision.
Absolutely.
Excellence in athletics. And that's why they're here on the show with us. So let's meet our guests. And talk with them because I know they got some great things to say. So, ladies, share with us a little bit about the tennis season. How things have been going. You're closing in on the end of the season now. So let's talk a little bit about what your goals were for the season and how you think things have progressed so far.
It's been a good season. So far, I can see major improvement from last year. I think everybody on the team either took private lessons or group lessons over the summer to help improve their tennis game. Rourke is new this year, and you've had amazing improvement since you first started playing. So it's been a good season so far. I think we have 2 more meets left, and we're excited to play in them. So.
Yeah, and Coach, she hit the nail on the head. I mean, you got to get that extra work in.
Absolutely.
Especially in tennis, because you got to get a lot of reps, and you got to do a lot of private lessons. And if you're not doing that, you're not on the show.
Absolutely.
So, when you're in your private lessons and you're preparing for the season, what are you doing in those workouts? I mean, what is helping you to get ready to play tennis when the season comes?
You need to make sure that you're working on just basic ground strokes, serves, volleys, so that whenever you're actually in a match, you know how to, like, also strategy is really, it plays a really, and placement. You need to know where to place the ball in certain situations.
Mm-hmm.
Don't forget agility. You need to be
Yeah.
moving
And
all
then-
over the court.
Absolutely.
You need to be moving at all times.
It's not
Yeah.
just physical, it's
Mhm.
mental. It's a
Yes.
very
Yeah.
mental game.
Yes.
It's a
Yeah.
mind game.
So let's talk about that mental aspect of the game, Coach, because that is really 90% of athletics.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Because, right, if you don't have it right in the mental, the body's not going to follow.
For sure.
So what are you guys doing to get mentally prepared? When you talk about that mental piece, like what do you go through and mentally? Is it music? Is it you read your favorite book? Or what motivates you mentally to go out there?
Just like getting hype with the team.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
and
talking to
building
each other.
up.
Yeah.
And, like during warm-ups, you need to be like,
Like telling
Just-
them that
yeah.
you're not gonna fail,
Like,
and
you're
like
doing good.
if you're losing, you're not always losing. There's a chance to get back up.
Giving each other critiques as well.
Yeah.
just kind of being loud to like hype everybody up.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
pick each other up.
Speaking of critique, Coach, because I talked about this on the show last week. I got called out to duty. I was in McPherson, and we're gonna talk a little bit about some of the tennis matches out there.
Is this the group you had to coach?
I had to coach them up, man. I was out there,
Oh my God.
and again, I was out there. Sonny was at another location, and they needed a pep talk.
Okay.
So Kinsley, I called Kinsley to the fence.
Oh, this is funny.
And let's talk about how that interaction go, Kinsley. Did that get you motivated? Did I pep you up?
Yeah, because it was funny. Because I mean, you're not necessarily a tennis coach, so it's kind of funny. Because you were like, all right, you just gotta make her move. Because she's just standing in one place, so you gotta make her come up, make her move.
Keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah, keep doing what you're doing. You're doing really well. Like, what do you think you need to do? And I was like, I think I need to add pace. And you're like, okay, just add that pace in. If you know how to do it, you know how to do it.
That's right.
So that was basically.
So a little bit of his
Yeah.
coaching came from you.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I had to put it back on her, Coach.
Absolutely.
It's easy for me to sit there and watch and try to say, and I've watched enough tennis to know if you don't have them, like you said, the agility, moving side to side, covering a lot of court, then you're not successful.
And we were fresh off the U.S. Open, so you got to sit and watch
Oh,
some
yeah.
really
Watching
high
professional
quality
tennis
tennis.
is-
So
Yeah.
I
Watching
think we were ready
professional
for that
tennis
call, Coach.
Yeah. So then I talked to Kinsley, and we got her hype. She went out there and did her thing, and then Charlie's up. And Charlie's going back and forth, and then I called her over, and she comes over, and I give her some words of encouragement. You remember this conversation? What did I say to you, Charlie?
You kind of told me the same thing as you told Kinsley, but it was more about like placement instead of just like moving her, like just making the point end earlier than it had been, because it had been like back and forth, so I just needed to end the point.
Yeah, I told her. I said, "You're better than her."
Uh-huh.
I said, "Just dominate."
Dominate.
I said, "Do you feel sorry for the young lady? Because that's how you're playing down to her level." And she went out there, and the girl responded.
So there was no more rallying after that. She went out there and got it done.
Went to work. So we were in McPherson. So last week was a big week, right? We had 3 matches in 1 week, Coach.
Yeah.
Andover.
Uh-huh.
So let's talk about Andover. We played some great competition that prepared us for the rest of the week. But what do you remember about that meet specifically?
Charlie and I played doubles, and we haven't played doubles a lot this season. So when we first started, we haven't played Andover at all. This is our first time playing Andover. So yeah, there was already this kind of like nervousness, because you don't know what you're gonna expect. You don't know what's coming at you. So you have to come in with this mindset of just like, okay, just do what you've been doing, and you'll be successful.
Yeah.
So we were down 4-1, and we were struggling.
It was so stressful.
We were in our heads. We weren't doing okay, and I went up to Charlie. I was like, okay, we just gotta stay positive.
yeah,
we
we
need
just have to, like,
positivity
do
right now,
this.
because if we stay in our head, that's just gonna make our game decline. We're gonna lose 6-1.
Yeah.
So then we caught back up, and even though we lost the tiebreaker, we were still proud of getting back up into where we should have been in the first place.
Because whenever you're that far down, it is so hard to get back up.
Yes, because you're like disappointed in yourself. You're like, I'm better than this.
Yeah.
So then you just need to keep that positive aspect in your game at all times, because it really helps. Because I could see it in Charlie's face, like we were both like, what are we gonna do? What are we supposed to do right now?
It was so tense, and you
Yeah,
could feel it.
you could feel it. Cause my mom, like, I look at her and she's like, I'm like, sorry.
And the other team, they were like smiling every time we would miss a point. And
I
it just
know, and like the
freaked me
parents were
out.
like, good job. And we're like, oh.
So y'all had to battle the crowd too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh,
and be
those
resilient,
parents.
come back. Well, that's awesome, and you know, I'm glad that we can provide you great scheduling that prepares you to be excellent. And then we went on from there to McPherson, and that's where I was at, Coach.
Yep.
And we
Miss Person was a lot.
McPherson was interesting.
Yeah, so every one of these young ladies medaled, Coach, in doubles and singles, and you know, McPherson was glad to have us there, and we represented, and it was the Panther way.
Absolutely.
So you know, how do you prepare now as you're closing in on your season, and how do you build from that experience in McPherson?
Build as doubles partners, and if you prefer doubles, build as a singles player, and really connect with your partner and with your teammates, because the relationships that you have are like a big part of it.
Yeah.
Girls, we are extremely proud of you. The conversation was fun, very enlightening. And we want you guys to keep that. That is what we envision at TIS, that you move on to high school, you still stay connected with that lower school and the middle school, and just keep building our programs up. That's how you do it. You don't move on and forget. You move on and continue to build and help them move up as well. So we're more than proud of you, and best of luck finishing this season. Now let's keep getting some wins.
Absolutely. Any last parting words? Anything you want to say to Panther Nation?
We hope that the tennis program continues to stay up and lively throughout the entire rest of the independent school career, because whenever the 8th graders transition into high school and we get older and older, we want to be the best role models we can be for the little 5th graders and 6th graders who like want to see us as like, oh, I want to play tennis now, because like they see our success, they see our joy, our confidence, and they're like, I can be that, I can do that, instead of being scared because you know they're fearful that they can't be like us. We want them to know they can be like us. So we just want the future generations to know that this is not where it ends. This is just the beginning. So
That's awesome, Coach. We speaking about future generations, and that means the world to me.
Absolutely.
Because we're thinking long term
For sure.
about the success of our school and our program. So, Panther Nation, shout out to the middle school girls tennis team, and we look for big things from this group for years to come. Coach, we got one of the biggest events, spectacle here on our campus next week. TIS Homecoming. I mean, you know, Coach, and maybe I haven't told you this yet, but we've been called to duty again. They love the nationally syndicated show, and we've been asked to come out and MC and announce the parade.
Let's do it.
So we're going to be out there spinning the tracks, announcing all the great people walking in the parade, cars driving, and it's just one more opportunity.
I was also asked to chaperone the dance, so students, please don't come with weak dance moves.
Yeah,
Bring some joy and some excitement.
Man, don't be out there trying to do. I come out there and running man on them, Coach, like I used to do back in the day at the dance. All right, so some of the things that are happening as part of homecoming, we just want to let our audience know what to expect at this event.
Absolutely.
The first piece of it, though, is the Independent School Homecoming Golf Tournament. And Coach, I'm ready.
I see the collar shirt.
Yeah, I got the collared shirt, and it says right here on the flyer, which you'll see on our segment, collared shirt is required. Okay, you can't come in the cutoff tee, Coach. You can't come in the tank top, and you can't even wear denim. You gotta have golf shorts. You gotta have golf shoes, and you gotta look the part and be the part.
So this isn't just intramurals. This is legit.
This is legit.
Okay.
Okay, and so this is happening the day before homecoming on October the 12th, Thursday, and it will start promptly at 8 a.m. with the check-in. If you are wanting to get your team together, there's still time to do it. Deadline to register for this is Sunday, October the 8th. All right, Coach, so moving on from the golf tournament, which is going to be a great event, I feel, is going to be successful.
Yeah,
We're going to raise some money for the school.
For sure.
And then coming into the next day, actual homecoming, like we said, it's a big day. There's a lot going on and a lot of events happening leading up to the football game that night. And so, to start things off, we're going to get the crowd, we're going to get the school excited. We have an all-school pep assembly. We got a great script for that. We're going to get the crowd fired up and ready for the football game and for the homecoming festivities, and that's going to happen towards the end of the day of school. And then, parents and people coming to the event have to be here before 3 o'clock because they close the streets off, Coach. They close off Douglas right in front of school, and so there's no traffic that can come through. So you either have to park in the church parking lot or you have to find somewhere on the street to park because there's no way you're going to get down Douglas. I mean, we get a permit and we shut it down, Coach. So Douglas closes. We get out the pep assembly and like 450 students go down the street to stage for the parade, which is an event of itself.
Absolutely.
Last year was my first experience of a TIS homecoming. It was amazing. I sat there at the announcing table and just watched everything that was going on. We had people coming in convertible cars. We had the homecoming court waving, throwing candy out to the kids. We had all of our different divisions, lower school, ELC, upper school, middle school, all marching. And they make these huge floats. Did you see the floats last year, Coach?
I have not. I'm excited for my first year coming up to be able to be a part of this and witness it. Kids, you better beat me to the candy because I'm definitely going out there to hunt for some candy.
And we got to let our kids know, and parents, please don't let these kids run out there in the middle of the street running, chasing candy.
Please don't. Let me get it.
Okay.
I get to the street candy.
Yeah, we don't want any accidents to happen.
No, not
And
at
so
all.
we're asking our parents to be, please don't let the kids run out there for that candy.
Absolutely.
Because it will be coming. And so the parade goes on and, everybody comes through. Mr. Davis is waving at people in his car and the homecoming court, like I said, is coming through. And then all of our students are recognized in the parade, which lasts about 45 minutes or so. Music is playing. You and me will be there announcing and having some fun. And then the parade's over and the real fun starts. So we have this entertainment, Coach. Over in the grass field by the softball field, there's bouncy houses set up. There's all kind of food vendors and different things. And we do a chili challenge and a cupcake wars. So the middle school is in charge of the chili challenge. And they have to make chili, and you can pay $1 and you can go out there and sample chili and you can vote for your best chili.
So is that $1 for the whole? You can sample as many as you
You can
want?
sample as many as you want.
Got you.
And people have been encouraged to fill the box a little bit. You might want to give $1, or you might like that cup of chili and you might give them $100.
All right.
It's all a fundraiser for the school.
Okay.
So, like all the chili.
Let's do it.
Okay. So then after that, they also have the cupcake wars, which is, done by the lower school. And they make cupcakes and they sample those. And you can stuff the ballot on that one too for your favorite cupcake.
So bring your appetite, right?
Bring your appetite and bring your dollar bills and your hundreds because they need to go in the box and help support our young people.
Absolutely.
And then after that, they are setting up for our tailgate for the football game.
Okay.
And usually, Coach, they have, food is there and it's some pulled pork sandwiches. But this year, we're bringing a new wrinkle. They're bringing food trucks, Coach. Multiple food trucks.
Oh, man. I don't know where to start at for this event.
I don't know. It's going to be an awesome event, man. It's going to be entertainment. It's going to be music. They're going to have a mechanical bull, Coach.
Oh.
Can we get Mr. Davis on the mechanical bull?
It's only right, of course.
He got to get on. He got a hat. He got a hat. I've seen the cowboy hat.
He's got to bring his Dion Coach Prom hat and get on the
Get some
mechanical
shades,
bull.
get on the bull. Mr. Davis, we are challenging you to get on the mechanical bull. All right, for homecoming. And lastly, Coach, after the food trucks and after all the entertainment, we have a football game. We have a football game. And the theme of the football game is Welcome to the Jungle. We are at Panther Field. And when it's rowdy and it's ruckus and it's loud, it's like being in a jungle environment.
Absolutely.
And so shout out to our student council and our students for bringing that theme because we will be ready for a football game at 7.
For sure.
And so it's going to be an amazing day. Homecoming is an amazing event. And we look forward to having Panther Nation out there with us.
Let's do it. Let's have some fun.
Thanks for joining us again on the Panther Nation Show with Coach Selman and Coach Garnes, the show that connects you to TIS athletics. We'll see you back next week.
Go Big Blue!